Today we're talking about some reasons why you may want to avoid moving to Lubbock.
Controversial.
Controversial.
Is it actually?
I think so. We've already done a top 6 complaints, but this is drastically different, isn't it, Jaden?
So different.
Tell me how different it
I'm
is.
so ready to get into this
Yep.
one. Woo!
Yep.
Okay, reason number 1 to avoid. If you are scared of COVID,
Yeah.
you're not going to get chased down and asked to put your mask on in West Texas in a lot of
Absolutely
places.
not.
People kind of take more of the stance of your health is your choice.
Yep.
Go and do that, which is different than other places, not wrong or right, just different.
So if you don't like being in charge of your own health and personal safety, maybe avoid moving here. If you don't like freedom and you want the government to tell you what to do, avoid it. Number 2, numero dos, population. You should avoid moving here if you want to be in a big city. Lubbock is not, it's not referred to as a big city. What do we have, 400,000?
Not even.
375?
We hang out between, I'd say, 250, 275.
Yeah. So if you do want a big city feel, wherever that may be, we don't really know why you would, but if you do, definitely avoid moving here because you're not going to dig that.
Yeah.
Now, it's not a small town per se. It's big enough to be, very accommodating to everyone's needs and wants.
But it's not LA, it's not New York.
No, it's not.
If you're going somewhere in Lubbock, you got to jump in the car and drive across. It's not,
It's not a Dallas.
Walkability of the city is not there.
100%. So avoid moving here if you want a big city.
Number 3, do not move to Lubbock if you are not a fan of sports. I know there's probably some people out there who aren't, but centered around tech football, tech sports, everything, and then you take into West Texas high school football. We love everything sports.
We do. So number 4 would be, we've talked about in other videos, Texas has all 4 seasons very often. Our falls can be warm, our springs can be cold, and our summers are always hot.
They're always
They're always steaming hot, piping hot. So if you don't want to have all 4 seasons wrapped into like one freaking, you can have it in 1 week, literally, which we've discussed before. And we've got tornadoes. So, if you don't like tornadoes, if you're afraid of those. Ever seen the movie Twister?
I have.
Bill Paxton? RIP, baby, RIP.
To Andrew's point, we have and this may happen in other places, but I feel it's really drastic in West Texas. I know Tuesday of this week when I woke up, it was 27 degrees outside. I had a giant coat on heading to work. When I get done with work,
I kissed him goodbye.
He didn't, but when I leave work, I'm carrying that coat with me because it's 85 degrees outside. So there is a big change, which just look at the weather and know how to dress.
Yep. So number 5 would be in Lubbock. I mean, we do have that small town feel, so a lot of times everybody knows everything about everyone and people want to get involved in your life, which is good or bad if you kind of are more reclusive and don't want that.
You don't want the small talk. Hey, where's your parents?
How you
from?
doing, Jaden? You want some peaches?
We abound in small talk.
My apricot tree's harvesting. If you don't like that, if you're not about that, then Lubbock's probably not the place for you. If you do want something, for whatever reason, more stale and boring and where people don't care about you because you're some kind of terrible person.
No one wants that.
Oh, then you shouldn't avoid moving here. So, I mean, Lubbock is just like we've said, small town, what is it? Small town feel, what is it? Shoot, I always mess that up. It's a big city with a small town feel. And if you're not about that, then it totally makes sense as to why you should not move here.
Yeah.
Well, another successful video. Another one in the belt.
That's it.
Yep, that is it. What are you still doing here? You can leave already. Well, why would we say goodbye when we can have our lovely assistant Perla dance us out again?